Ends with us feud apparently not ending anytime soon. The legal battle between former co-stars Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively now escalating.
Let's hope that Justin gets some justice today.
The on-set feud now playing out online and in the court of public opinion as old clips resurface, including this one from the 2022 Forbes Power Women's Summit.
Yeah, when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull because you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do.
Baldoni countersuing Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist for $400 million, alleging the couple sought to steal and hijack his movie and defame and extort him.
Blake Lively's accusations against Justin Baldoni sent shockwaves through Hollywood, claiming Hein appropriately harassed her and orchestrated a smear campaign against her during the making of It Ends With Us. But here's where things get murky. The film itself tells a very different story. Behind the scenes, Lively and Baldoni appeared incredibly close, with multiple intimate scenes featuring passionate kisses, bedroom moments, and sensual dancing. Throughout the film's production, there was no visible tension. Lively never seemed uncomfortable or hesitant around Baldoni, yet she later claimed she felt harassed and mistreated. This contradiction is exactly why this lawsuit has divided Hollywood, with many wondering, was she truly a victim, or was this a calculated move? But Lively didn't expect what came next.
She winds up suing Justin Baldoni. She files a complaint with the Human Rights Commission out in California saying he sexually harassed me and then he retaliated me by pushing all this bad press about me. And Bryan Freedman knows how to fight back against a bully. Trust me. And he started telling everybody Justin Baldoni's side. He told us that Justin Baldoni denied those claims of sexual harassment and only tried to appease Blake Lively because she was such a high-maintenance diva bully brat. He had to bend over backwards just to get her to shut up and complete the film.
Instead of backing down, Baldoni hired powerhouse attorney Bryan Freedman, known for his ruthless legal strategies. Almost immediately, the case took a sharp turn. What started as a single accusation became a full-scale legal war involving not just Lively but also her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Their Hollywood reputation was suddenly on the line, and the drama was just beginning. Want more Hollywood legal drama? Hit that subscribe button. It's free, unlike these lawyer fees.
This is the evidence we're using. These are the text messages we're relying on. They say that they've reviewed thousands of pages of text messages. Unbelievable. And if they did, they would have come across the text messages that had emojis removed, that skewed the meaning of various emails, other emails which were taken out of context, strings which were partial email strings and partial text strings, and completely mischaracterized what was happening in the case.
Friedman wasted no time flipping the script. Instead of simply defending Baldoni, he launched a counter-offensive, filing lawsuits against Lively, Reynolds, and even major media outlets. His legal attack accused them of defamation and extortion, essentially claiming they deliberately tried to destroy Baldoni's career. The strategy was clear. Friedman wasn't playing defense. He was out to completely dismantle Lively and Reynolds' case while protecting Baldoni's reputation. He also targeted Leslie Sloan, Lively's publicist, making it clear that anyone involved in damaging Baldoni's image would be held accountable. This legal war wasn't just about It Ends With Us. It was now a battle for Hollywood dominance.
Power couple doesn't mean you can just bowl your way over and take over people's lives. If you extort someone by calling them a sexual predator and creating false allegations against someone, it is illegal.
Behind the scenes, billionaire Steve Sarowitz was personally funding Baldoni's legal battle. With an estimated net worth of $2.7 billion, Sarowitz made his fortune as the founder of Paylocity, a payroll and HR software company. As a major investor in Wayfarer Studios, he has a financial and personal stake in protecting both Baldoni and the company's future. But his motivations go deeper. Sarowitz, known for his philanthropy and progressive causes, reportedly views this lawsuit as a high-stakes war, even making controversial comparisons to military conflict. By financing Baldoni's defense, Sarowitz is ensuring his business partner doesn't go down without a fight.
The first thing is how absolutely embarrassed I was as a female to read it, okay? They really are the strategy here for her lawyers, while Bryan Freedman is delivering point after point after point, followed by evidence with no emotion in the documents. They're just girl bossing it. They're just like, wear your florals. We're gonna file an amendment. It's gonna be cute. We're gonna give you so much emotion. It's gonna feel good. Forget the facts. How do you feel? Truly, that's what it is. It is a display of like a hyper stereotype of what it means to be a woman. That's how I felt reading this. I was like, give me teeth. Give me the facts. I don't care about the feelings. It just starts.
Then came the bombshell. Baldoni, led by Friedman, hit Lively and Reynolds with a $400 million lawsuit. This wasn't just about legal fees, it was about financial and professional ruin. If Baldoni won, Lively and Reynolds wouldn't just lose money, they'd lose credibility in the industry. To make matters worse, Friedman extended his attack to the media, specifically the New York Times, for allegedly publishing distorted and misleading information that sided with Lively. He was making it clear no one was safe in this legal war. In a key ruling, Judge Louis Lyman denied Lively's legal team's request to subpoena 2 years' worth of Baldoni's phone records, calling it overly intrusive. Lively's lawyers claimed the records could reveal critical evidence, but Baldoni's team pushed back, arguing it was a violation of privacy. The judge sided with Baldoni, but allowed limited access to specific communications tied to "It Ends With Us." This ruling was a win for Baldoni, but it raised questions. What was Lively's team hoping to find, and why was Baldoni so opposed to full disclosure? The case was getting messier by the day.
Honestly, guys, I think Blake Lively's amended lawsuit makes her look even worse. I feel like I'm reading a fan fiction written by Ryan Reynolds himself. They give us no actual new evidence or text messages. You're sitting here telling us that these complaints that were made against Justin Baldoni are written, they were written complaints. Where are they? We don't have the names of the people. Okay, at this point, these other female actresses on set either need to come forward and be like, hey, this is false. None of us said anything.
But down the line, I'm gonna subpoena them and force them against their will, which means that they are not willing participants and that you don't have their support, because the reality is you can compel them to testify, okay? And you cannot, when you compel them to testify, they're gonna have to hit the stand and people are gonna have to be aware of exactly who they are. So what you're saying is, which is what we already had sniffed out, me, the TikTokers, the Be-Betters, the Stephanie with the deets, all of the scoops we got was that you tried to force their hand behind the scenes to get involved in your dirty little campaign. They said no, and now you're trying to, well, put it in florals. Wear your florals. I'm gonna make it sound pretty. This is about protecting them until I have to freaking physically drag them to court via subpoena.
Blake Lively's desperation was on full display when she made a last-ditch attempt to control her deposition, demanding the right to choose who would question her. But the court shut her down, making it clear there would be no special treatment. The move reeked of fear. Lively knew she couldn't go toe-to-toe with Bryan Freedman, the lawyer who was tearing apart her case piece by piece. Meanwhile, the cracks in their carefully curated Hollywood image were widening, and there was nothing Lively or Reynolds could do to stop it. Adding fuel to the fire, internet detectives have been working overtime, digging up old interviews, behind the scenes, footage, and clips that contradict Lively's claims. Every new piece of evidence makes it harder for her and Ryan Reynolds to maintain their innocence. With Friedman's relentless legal assault, their once glamorous power couple narrative is crumbling, and they're beginning to look less like victims and more like Hollywood's true villains. Lively's team tried to buy time, requesting an extension until March 5th, citing a legal matter in Texas. But Friedman wasn't having it. He exposed the truth in front of the judge, revealing that Lively had filed the so-called urgent case herself just 2 weeks earlier. The courtroom wasn't amused, and instead of granting the delay, the judge gave them only 1 day to respond. This humiliating loss made Lively's legal team look manipulative and desperate, further shifting the tide in Baldoni's favor. But the battle isn't over. With public perception turning against her, Lively has taken a drastic step, hiring Nick Shapiro, a former CIA deputy chief of staff, as her crisis PR manager. Shapiro, who previously served in the Obama administration, is an expert in high-profile reputation management. His role? Control the media narrative, counter negative headlines, and shield Lively's image from further destruction. Shapiro is now working alongside Lively's legal teams at Wilkie Farr and Gallagher and Manat, Phelps and Phillips, a sign that she is bracing for an all-out PR war. Hiring a former intelligence official for crisis management proves just how serious this situation has become. But will it be enough to reverse the damage already done?
Usually one side will ask for whatever they can, but there will be pushback.
The pushback handed down by a judge last week. In docs obtained by ET, Blake's subpoena for Justin's phone records going back 2 years was called overly intrusive.
Lively's team has fired back, attempting to discredit Baldoni by using his own past statements about gender equality against him. They claim his feminist image is a facade, but Friedman is expected to shut down this last-ditch smear campaign. And just when it seemed like the scandal couldn't get any bigger, rumors swirled that more A-list names, possibly even Taylor Swift, could be dragged into the chaos. One thing is certain, Hollywood's biggest legal war is far from over. Will Lively and Reynolds survive the storm, or is their reign in Hollywood officially coming to an end? Hit that subscribe button, grab some popcorn, and stay tuned, because the next plot twist is just around the corner.